Random question. What's on your bucket list? What is on my bucket list? Nothing. Okay, not to be a downer. When I was faced with that, like, you might not have long thing, I was like, okay, I'll just chill and play video games. That was actually what my genuine, like, live GEEGA reaction was, you know? So I just think I'm chilling. Like, I don't really have anything that I want to do so badly that I would, like, rush to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just want to chill. But I'm also a really lax person. I would like to travel more, but I also really don't want to, because I've traveled a lot and traveling is annoying, but I want to be in those places. I don't want to have to go to them, though. The traveling part, the getting there part, I hate so much. And I've been on so many planes and so many long drives and all these things, usually for work-related stuff. I am good. When you live a life where in the past I would fly so many times per year to bump everywhere, every city, every state, you get so tired of it. So there are some places I'd like to go for the sake of being there, but I really just, I'm so tired of travel. Like, I can't do it. I don't know. I'll drive somewhere and walk around. What I've actually been doing is, I think a lot of people think about travel destinations that are far out, far away, that they look up, that seem really great, and they make this huge trip to go out to them. There are a lot of really nice places near you that are low key, but really, really nice. Find the top rated restaurant within a certain radius that, you know, will take you a bit to drive to, and go drive to it and try it. You don't have to go to New York City and eat in that Michelin starred whatever, right? Go to the nearest large city, drive to it. You don't have to go to that one coastal city. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, and I'm the kind of person that loves hiking and I like parks, whatever. Go try every single park. You'll be busy every weekend. I'm gonna go to every park and hang out in it once a weekend. I'm gonna pick a new one and go to it. Whether that's a tiny park, whether that's a larger one that has hiking trails, etc., right? And just do that. Small day trips. And I just started doing that a lot more. And that is just nice. And that's fulfilled a lot of that, because you know, when I travel, I'm like, first of all, it was always work stuff, so I never really did like touristy things. I would just eat food and do work. All I want to do is eat food and walk around. Even if I travel somewhere super fancy, big destination with a bunch of activities, I just want to eat food and walk around for the most part. Maybe go to museums. That's the other thing I like. So I just am totally content doing day trips and walking around. So I'm good. Ever thought of taking Amtrak rather than flying or driving? Oh, I have many times. I would do that so I could work on the train, because Amtrak had, well, depends, but it would usually have solid Wi-Fi compared to flying, and then driving, you know, you're actively driving. So yeah, I would take trains here and there. But they started to get more expensive to the point where they were the same as air travel, and depending on what tolls you're going through, sometimes the tolls are almost just as bad. So it's like, I'd like to do big exhale once and think to myself, whew, life is great right now. Yeah, I almost used to feel guilt about it, but I'm a very chill person, and I'm okay all the time, and I'm chilling all the time. And when people are like, oh my God, everything's in shambles, freaking out, I'm like out for a walk and I'm like, woo, I love trees, you know? And like, I'm like really okay all the time. So, and I will literally go on a walk and be like, wow, trees are so nice. And I will be happy, okay? Not just chill, happy. Walking around, be like, oh, look, someone's walking a dog. How nice. And I just have a good time, like, existing. I don't know. So I'm just chilling. Man. I don't need anything. And then I almost, like, not anymore. I got out of this mindset, but I used to feel bad because I felt like other people were freaking out all the time, or something would happen and they'd be like despairing, and I'd be like, it's whatever, just go outside, dude. Right? Like, it was so simple for me, and I'd always feel bad, like I'm supposed to feel worse or something. Now I realize that's not the case. It's just people dooming. It's whatever. But yeah, I used to feel like that, dude. So I think I'm glad someone knows the feeling. There's a really big school of thought where a lot of people will be like, just don't worry about it. Forehead. And the more you will it away, the more that becomes real. It's the fake it until you make it mentality. Like, if you just try to physically smile more often, you will start to feel happier. Your body will be like, oh, right. And it'll start making the right hormones. That really works. Okay. It takes a lot of consistency though, like a lot of consistency. But I feel like genuinely you want to achieve peace in your life. You have to do a lot of that consistently. When something crazy happens, you take a deep breath and step back and be like, am I good right now? Am I all right? You know, there's still issues and stuff, but you don't have to be despairing over it. You can do what you need to do and still have a good time existing through it. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm not saying pretend your 50K debt is not real. I'm saying you can't do anything in that moment to make it go away. You're working, you're trying to pay it off. You've got it covered. So just relax, right? Obviously, some people have crushing realities, etc., but it doesn't mean you have to spend every moment freaking out about it, you know? I know it sounds very like just feel better forehead, but genuinely, like, you need to set aside time where you're like, that thing isn't looming over me right now. It will be looming over me when I get back to my desk, you know, or whatever, when I'm in a position where I can do something. But if you can't do anything, or you can't do anything that isn't like with a tiny return, just chill and you'll be all right. Yeah, enjoy the small things. Exactly. I've always been like that though, because I think my mom is like that. Okay, and so it's been reinforced in me a lot, which is probably why it's easier for me. We'll be walking around, and ever since I was little, we'd be walking around, and she'd hear a bird, and she'd be like, oh, that's a chickadee with a little, you know, and it looks like it has a little hat and a little chin strap. Isn't that nice? She'd always be like that. Isn't that nice? Oh, look at the little chickadee. Like, she would point out these little things. She'd be like, here's a factoid. Isn't that nice? Like, go appreciate that thing, right? She would point everything out, and I think that's why I have that attitude. So I'll walk around, too, and I'll look and I'll be like, oh, there's 3 chickadees and 2 starlings. You know, starlings came over on ships from Europe. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just sit there and think about a thing and you just appreciate it. And you're like, oh, yeah, haha. And you know, you have a good time. You look at someone's lawn and you'd be like, I wonder what kind of grass that is. I wonder if that's zoysia. And then if someone has zoysia, you're like, oh, I like how green it is. A lot greener than that lawn over there. Interesting. Just sit there and think about mundane shit. Right? That's all. But still, you know, like just look at and appreciate and think about little things and you'll chill the out, right? You sit there and you're thinking about like about some sort of giant meta issue in your life. Oh my God, I have to pay off my bills every month. Okay. Are you already doing what you need to do? Yes. All right. Then go outside. Look at the fucking grass, dude. Let yourself just think about that, you know? Having pets can help with that. Oh, 100%. Everyone should have pets, in my opinion. Everyone should have a pet. It's the best. It's the greatest thing. Very healthy. Very healthy. Unironically touch grass. Yeah, I think it's being mindful, right? Not in a hashtag practice mindfulness way, but like literally just being mindful. You walk around, just look at things and let yourself think about those little things. And then sit there and look them up. And let your head be filled with tiny little factoids about everything. So when you look at that thing, that little factoid pops up. It's great. It's wonderful. If you walk around and you're taking a walk outside and you're still, while you're taking that walk, sitting there and being like, oh my God, everything's terrible, and spiraling on it, it's really not gonna help you much. You need to focus on where you are and what you're doing, right? So you go outside and you're like, I wonder what variety of grass that is. Pull out your phone, go look up varieties of grass. How do I tell varieties of grass? Stupid like that. And it's not stupid, but, you know, very mundane doing things like that lets your mind get off of the doom spiral for a bit, right? Now, obviously, you need to sit back down and address things and take care of things and do what you need to do, but you're not 24/7 doom spiraling. And then that better mood makes it so when you return, you know, you go back to your house or to work or whatever you need to do, you're feeling a lot better going into it, all right? And you're way more likely to be in a spot where you're actually going to get shit done instead of just being depressed and like, you know, that's where executive dysfunction comes in. That's where, like, you know, mood that you can't even work through comes in, etc., etc. So, you know, so it's kind of how you get over seasonal depression. You love the smell of like cold air, and lately, no matter how the day's been ending at work, you're just putting on a smile, happy to get out, enjoy the air. Straight up, me too. If I'm feeling bad, I can go outside and breathe in and be like, wow, I love winter. And it doesn't like make the problems go away, but I feel much better. Straight up, I'm just like, yep, I love the winter. I can open my window and be like, cold air, love cold air. Some people do that with sunlight, with sunshine. Some people do that with nighttime. They go out and they're like, love the darkness, love the moon, how nice. That's just what people do. And it genuinely, when you simplify things and you like kind of let yourself do what seems like being simple-minded, it's a lot healthier, I think. That could be on your bucket list, funding an animal shelter, pet therapy for humans. Actually, that is something I mentioned before. Yeah, if I were retired, if I made like streamer buku bucks one day, and then I had enough to just be like, all right, goodbye. I'm not doing anything anymore, and I could retire. I would probably just open a cat sanctuary, set up a cat cam, have a 24/7 stream going of that, so that people could like donate to the cats, and there you go. There you go. I would just do that. But I wouldn't say it's a bucket list thing, because I would also be totally fine just donating to someone who does something like that. I don't have to be the one that does it, but I would like to do it. You know, that sort of thing would be nice.